1 in 7 people in Ontario have a disability. That's 1.85 million Ontarians. By 2036, that number will rise to 1 in 5 as the population ages. Currently, 1 in 11 Canadians aged 65 or older are living with vision loss. We meet Ontario Deafblind Services client Barbara Milner. She signs as an intervener interprets.
Welcome to ODBA, Ontario Deafblind Association. Today we are celebrating the St. Patrick's Day party. We meet every month on the second of the Thursday of the month. And what we do here is we have very different events. For example, we have Valentine's Day parties, we celebrate St. Patrick's Day, or now we're going to go bowling. Sometimes we go out for walks to a park. We went once to this beautiful park with lots of flowers in springtime. Or different things, you know, every month we meet and we decide every month what we're going to do the next month to have fun. It's very important for us to socialize and to support each other and to be an environment that's positive for deafblind, because it's not good to be isolated and alone. So this is a good chance to get us everybody together and to have fun and for uplifting spirits and gatherings.
Sarah Darlucio.
When someone hears that someone is deafblind, they automatically sometimes assume that the person has no hearing and no vision. But for the most part, while some of our clients are total is the term that we call it, most of the clients that we service do have some remaining usable hearing or vision. It's a very small percentage of the deafblind population is totally deaf, totally blind. That's not saying that as time progresses that they will not lose their hearing and or vision completely. The possibility is always there. Intervenors, essentially, we act as the eyes and ears for someone who is deafblind. We provide the auditory and the visual information. For example, if I was walking into a room with someone who is deafblind, I would let them know what the room setup was like, who was in the room, and provide just as much information as they needed. And what we do is we enable our clients to be independent. So we give them all the information that they would need in their preferred method of communication for them to make independent choices. Some of our clients were born deaf and are raised in the deaf community, so American Sign Language would be their first language. So we would communicate with them with American Sign Language. But because of their vision loss, we would have to adapt that sign language. So, and in regular deaf culture, they're very animated, so the signs are up here. Whereas someone who has vision loss, for the most part, we have to try to really keep the sign space small so that they can really see the signs. And at that point, the interveners almost take on a teacher role, because perhaps before we were communicating in American Sign Language and they were able to see. I have clients through the years where their vision deteriorates, they have tunnel vision, and their vision becomes even smaller and smaller, their visual field. So what we'll practice then is placing their hands on top of my hands, and then I'll continue signing, and now instead of using their eyes, they'll use their hands to feel the sign language. Some people you can communicate using print on palm, which is just in capital letters, just writing the letters of the alphabet, word for word, letter for letter. And we have some clients who just, want to do the same things that me and you do. So they want to go to a wedding, or they want to go to another function. We have interveners going to swim classes and yoga and all sorts of things. So it's just providing the information for someone to fully participate within the community. The intervener is just supposed to be the eyes and the ears. They're supposed to be the invisible person. They're just the communicator. So all questions or comments should be directed straight to the person who is deafblind, as if the intervener didn't exist. So that would include in your language, you wouldn't say, can you ask him, can you ask her, or how is he? It would be, you're not speaking in a third person, you're speaking directly to the person who's deafblind. Some people are lucky enough to have family and friends to support them, and others, if they choose to live independently, but that means that they require additional support as well. So things that they would normally ask their family to help them out with, things like grocery shopping or going to social events, and just those types of things, the intervener would fill those gaps.
True to the St. Paddy's Day theme, many of the Deafblind Services clients, along with their interveners, are accessorized in green while socializing at the party.
It's such a unique disability that it's difficult to label one person who is deafblind might be completely different, like their vision and hearing loss might be completely different from someone else's. So you really have to look at communication and interaction on a one-to-one basis.
They gather for a smiling group photo.
It's difficult to label someone and just say, oh, okay, you have hearing and vision loss, so this is the way I'm going to communicate with you. You really have to look at the person as an individual as opposed to just seeing that label.
Accessibility benefits everyone. To find out more, please visit ontario.ca/accesson. This video was produced by CNIB with support from the Government of Ontario. Special thanks to Ryerson University for providing the tools for creating the enhanced captioning and audio description technology.